When the dollhouse arrived on my doorstep, it was wrapped in a faded lace cloth, a relic from my late Aunt Clarice. She was an eccentric collector of oddities, and her passing left her peculiar treasures to me, the only family member with a penchant for the strange. At first, I thought it was just an intricate, albeit creepy, replica of my own home. The tiny furniture mirrored mine, down to the scratches on the dining table and the worn velvet of the living room couch. But it was the tiny inhabitants, eerily identical to me and my cat, Salem, that sent a chill down my spine, especially when I noticed the doll version of myself seemed to move slightly each time I glanced away. Each day brought a new unsettling discovery. I would move a chair in my living room, and later find its miniature counterpart moved in the dollhouse. I began testing the connection, adjusting items in my home and finding them mirrored precisely after a short delay in the dollhouse. The tiny figures moved too, often shifting positions overnight, their eyes somehow more lifelike with each passing day. I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched, a sensation that intensified with every flicker of movement caught from the corner of my eye. One evening, as a storm raged outside, I noticed something that nearly stopped my heart. The doll version of Salem was no longer nestled on the dollhouse couch. Instead, it had moved to the window, peering out at the storm, just as my real Salem was doing at that very moment in my own house. Panic set in when I realized the doll versions of myself and Salem were closer to the front door, as though preparing to leave. I tried to rationalize it, but deep down, I knew the dollhouse was more than a mere replica. It was a conduit, a bridge between my world and something darker. The climax arrived that night. I awoke to a soft, sinister rustling sound. Cautiously approaching the dollhouse, I saw the miniature version of myself standing eerily on the front porch, its tiny hand raised as if to knock. My real front door creaked open, revealing nothing but the howling wind outside. In that moment, I understood the truth. The dollhouse was not just imitating my life, it was dictating it. I slammed the dollhouse door shut, and the front door of my actual home followed suit. As the storm subsided, I realized I was trapped, forever bound to the chilling whims of my inherited dollhouse.